Good morning. I'm doing this because it is right, because it is fair, and because it is what I believe in. Let me put it this way. Nations depend on rules, fair rules. Sometimes they're written down, often they're not. But either way, they give shape to our values, guide us towards our rights, of course, but also our responsibilities, the obligations we owe to each other. Now, in a diverse nation like ours, and I celebrate that, these rules become even more important. Without them, we risk becoming an island of strangers, not a nation that walks forward together. So when you have an immigration system that seems almost designed to permit abuse, that encourages some businesses to bring in lower paid workers rather than invest in our young people, or simply one that is sold by politicians to the British people on an entirely false premise, then you're not championing growth, you're not championing justice, or however else people defend the status quo. You're actually contributing to the forces that are slowly pulling our country apart.
One of the things Keir Starmer missed out was far-right popularists stoking up racial tensions by exaggerating a problem. Keir Starmer is attempting to talk about us becoming an island to strangers. Now listen, as an Englishman, somebody born of Britain, the core foundation of Britishness is mind your own fucking business. I can date who I want to date, I can eat what I want to eat, I can pray to whoever I want to pray to or not pray to. Mind your own fucking business, stay in your lane. I want to go for whatever job I want to go for and have a fair chance. It is really as simple as that. Now, what has changed is nothing to do with immigration at all. What we're peed off about was do-gooders in positions of power which are forcing us to try and think a certain way. Is somebody forcing us not to celebrate Christmas in the schools anymore? Is that British? And you can just broaden that to say, who is trying to force us in terms of how we think? What is a woman? What is a man? Who do we fall in love with? There's been a long-running attack on masculinity and the breakup of the household. None of these things which are really impacting us, anything to do with immigration. The country of strangers is where people are trying to divide us with this popularism. There was traditional feminism, which is about equality, but now that's about trying to separate men from women. And that's done a very good job. And it just goes on and on. But the last thing that's got anything to do with how we feel and how we become strangers, which is divisive, is somebody else behind their closed door doing whatever the hell they want to do. Because I don't give a shit what the next person does as long as it's within the laws. Absolutely nothing to do with us. He also didn't mention that every single person on one of those boats is permitted within the law from the treaties that we have signed up to, and there are going to be some that are interconnected. Those treaties, once we signed up to them, become part of our law, and then there's a process of how to handle it. So unless he's actually talking about withdrawing from all of those treaties, then he does not have a solution. But even if he did, at least some of those people are going to be coming from genuine persecution and wars. So as a country with British values, with either Church of England or Christian foundations, are we going to send people either to the bottom of the channel on the boats or send them back to persecution in a foreign country? How Christian, how Church of England is that? And is that representative of the laws that we signed up for, or is that representative of British values?